Hello and welcome to another showcase. Today I'm going to showcase my team around this beautiful PORYGON2. I actually had a really amazing run with that yesterday. I ran positive on all my sets and had an 8-win streak with the thing. Like, this team was really amazing for me. I gained like 160 points in one day. And like, I can highly recommend this team. There's some flaws which you might have to play around, but still, like, PORYGON2 put on so much work. Like, it was crazy. I'm gonna show you my first two sets I played with that. I had an 8-win streak in this. No, in total, like, these battles are basically my first battles I play with this team. And like my first two sets basically. And we have a really good lead in the first game, which was like perfect for us. Libraries, we have King Rail, Say Swap. We're just gonna go into our most. I think I shield here because I respect the outrage, but he baits me and gets the debuff, which is kind of difficult for us now. I'm gonna try to go for my Weather Ball because it's more energy efficient, but we see Peter here and know that can only be Octazuka. That was way too fast for an outrage. And now I'm gonna undercharge here, so he gets me a bit lower. But he actually switches out, and I try to get to Energy Ball, which I actually can do. Maybe I should have tried to switch out here into my HU. It would also be a play, but now he is basically in Thunder Punch range, which is really good for me. Like, I don't have to go for a Wild Charge here at all. Thunder Punch is definitely enough. And Thunder Punch, for the second Thunder Punch, you need one less Roll Switch. That's why you run Thunder Punch and Wild Charge, and you also don't get debuffed. But then he has Clefable in the back, and I thought, okay, this might be difficult. We only have our PORYGON2, that's kind of neutral matchup. We get the defense and attack drop, which is cool. He tries to sex swap on us, we just gonna lock on down the King Drop, gonna try attack, and I hope to get a shield from him here. That would be amazing. And I do. And now we can go for, can shield here, we have like still one shield left, and we can go for the Zap Cannon to finish out this Clefable. This is like the cool thing about PORYGON2. You use like moves you never use, which are really strong, but you never really get there usually with normal Pokemon. But this time you have a Pokemon that has the ability to generate energy so fast with the lock on. And yeah, that's like really cool, and like just completely one-shot that thing. Here this is like a really bugged matchup, which is kind of sad to see. I go over here straight for the Wild Charge. I respect his Wild Charge, but you saw me down bottom right throw the Thunder Punch, but just didn't register. Didn't register at all. I threw it like right there and didn't do anything. I tried to farm down here. I got like some more energy. I have like 2 Thunder Punch stored, which is okay. I go into my Porygon, load up on some energy, and I thought, okay, maybe I go straight with the Stab Cannon here, but okay, he has 2 shields, definitely gonna expect that I'm gonna shield this. Never mind. So I have to go for double Tri Attack, which still does a decent chunk, and I get the debuff, which allows me to get to another Tri Attack. You see how strong this Porygon is, like it's still bulky, and like it gets to the boost so quick, and I just gonna take out this thing. And now he has a Venusaur with a 2 shield advantage, which is kind of difficult to deal with. And he swaps perfectly into Magnezone. I even forgot that the Magnezone was alive at this point. Like, I just thought, okay, it's only the Venusaur can go straight, but he does make a perfect sex swap here. I can go into my HU, and he does not know, because I didn't throw the Thunder Punch because it bugged on me before, that I don't have Psychic. So basically, he has to shield everything here. If I bait him, then throw the Psychic, he is like not really safe, so that's a good position. And we barely survive the Sludge Bomb there. There's where the XL, the Shadow Bomb Snow really helped. Like, my Bomb Snow has like not good IV, but still it's like maxed out to 2500, and we don't want to spend more stars. I think it's fine like this. Not that important. Okay, we face a really good lead with Talonflame here, and a good save swap for us with the Surfetched. And my opponent makes a really questionable play here right now, and goes straight for the Brave Bird, which is something you should not do against Electric type. He either has Close Combat, Leaf Blade, or Night Slash, and all of these moves would be better than a Brave Bird. Now he goes into Gallade, and I thought, okay, that's difficult. I kind of want to preserve my right shield, so I'm gonna go into my PORYGON2. And I'm gonna shield here. There's a close combat. Now I could be able to farm him down here. But he goes into the Talonflame. I can just go straight for the Zap Cannon. I don't really have to bait here. And I get a shield. Sadly, he didn't let it go. That would be like hilarious to see. But he goes straight for the Brave Bird because he's scared. I still have my HU. But he gets to move here right before I get to my move. And now I only have my Shadow Bounce on the back against the booster. Let's look at how much damage it does. We said we're below half health, but we can get to a weather ball here and finish that thing off. And we know that the late had like no energy because he threw all of his energy on our PORYGON2 and we just farmed him down there. That was a close game, good game to my opponent. Escavalier, that's basically where you want to see Escavalier. It's also okay if you see it as a safe swap against your Porygon, but on the lead it's like the best. Like you always have to respect the drill run, they always run drill run. So that's kind of difficult, but you can just go for either move. Wild Charge or Thunder Punch, both are okay, depends on how your opponent's gonna play. I'm gonna catch a move here because I kind of want to preserve my H2. And he goes back into a Swampert, which is totally fine for me. I'm gonna survive this Hydro Cannon no matter what. And he has to throw another one, he can't really farm me down. Maybe I get a debuff here. I don't, sadly, but maybe I get to another move. Okay, we see Peter here. Good place on my opponent part, like he knew that he couldn't farm me down, but hey, I have my bonus on the back. And my bonus is really good against this Swampert. So I think he shields here. Yeah, he shields. He might even bait me. And I have a move start on my H actually. So I don't even know what I do here. I think I'm gonna switch out into my H now, don't I? Yeah, I switched to my H to throw the Wild Charge right away. Because this is gonna KO the Swampert and I don't want to risk a Sludge Wave here. He goes into Glade. And he throws a move right away, that's kinda okay for me. So he's at 0 energy, I know that. He needs 4 to get to another move. I'm gonna throw into his confusion animation so he can't switch out in time. And I have to hope that this energy build gonna be enough. It is enough, and in comes the nearly dead Escavalier here, which I can just get rid of. This was a good game. Into your next opponent, Empoleon lead. That's always okay, that's good for us, and that's Double Dragon. Like, I highly recommend right now using Alolan Raichu as the lead. Like, it's so good against a lot of teams, against the Double Dragon team, it's really good here. So because I expect the Double Dragon, I go into my Porygon, but he gonna get the debuff, which is really sad for me. I need my Scald, I bounce no in the back for the Dragonite. I'm getting a debuff here right now as well. I get 2 debuffs, which is really cool. Now I know I can definitely survive that. It's an Oxazuka again, does nothing. He switches out. And I try to get to the Zap Cannon, but sadly I'm double debuff from the Oxazuka, so it's not gonna do that much. But still did a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna shield this here. He's switch locked, so I can definitely farm him down. And does he go into Dragonite here? He goes into Dragonite. He's a Shadow, so he definitely has to shield this Wild Charge, otherwise he's gonna be dead. And I still have my Banana Snow, which can get to the Weather Ball in time to finish off this thing. The Dragonclaw wouldn't have done enough. He had to basically sack swap on me, and even then would be too close, I think, to win this for him. Good game to my opponent. Raichu into Clefable, that's also something where you have to stay in for a bit, I guess. I would throw a Wild Charge and then did, most likely. I think that's what I did here. Because Raichu's kind of squishy here. And I can get to a Tri-Attack before he gets to move here. Like, no matter what, a Tri-Attack is ready after 10 turns, it's so quick. And Charm doesn't even do that much damage. I think I actually survived this move, so I'm gonna let it go, yeah. And I don't really have to worry about anything here. I can just get rid of this Clefable, or he gonna invest 2 shields, which is fine for me as well. He's gonna let it go, and I can realign my Pokemon perfectly, and I have shield advantage. It's basically whatever the best thing I can want here, thanks to my Porygon. And yeah, I can align the Talonflame against my H2, and the Swampert against my Abomasnow, so that's basically game. I can throw 2 Thunder Punches here. They definitely gonna be enough at this range. Can survive Incinerate. And I always don't Steam P on him because I need 4 turns, he needs 5 turns per move. It was like really nice for me. He just gonna surrender here at the shield and some energy. 1 energy ball would have been enough. Raichu has Cavalier again. That's decent lead throws. Like, it's definitely not the best lead, but it's the best way where we can see the Escavalier. Like, if you have it on the back, it's kind of difficult to deal with, especially with our Bouncer, but that's basically the idea behind the team. You have Psychic-type lead, which kind of is good against the fighters, and then you have the PORYGON2 as a safe swap here, which can still deal with fighters and build with the Tri-Attack and the Zap Cannon. And we get a debuff here, which is really cool for us. and bait out the fighters in general so the monster can sweep in the back. Like, the PORYGON2 is basically more like a pivot that kind of tries to get some debuffs on the opponents and some shields by having a good debuff move and a heavy damage move. And he got no shield this, but I'm not gonna get to another move. This is gonna be so close now. He has 2 moves in. And okay, I gotta get to a move here, which is good. Should I just let it go? 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna get to another move. And I think I have a move start on my H2. Having a move start on the H2 is like always so important. Yeah, you see here, like he had like so much energy, but because I had one move start, I can just switch out and finish him off. Like I would always basically try to if you basically need to leave the lead match up if you have a bad lead. Or Escavalier, we have to stay in here again. With H2 because, or like also neutrally, because you kind of want to bait out fighters on this team, like otherwise your backline kind of struggles. So always if you have like a neutral lead, you kind of maybe want to get some energy and then try to catch on your Porygon. It's basically what I recommend there. Okay, here I try to catch on the Porygon. I think I can just lock on him down here. Drill Wind doesn't do even that much. Counter does some damage, but yeah, I can just lock on them down. Just kind of insane. Now I have a lot of energy here. I should have went for the other move, what's called Zapkin here, but he just got no shield. I hoped for the debuff, but I can throw one more move. And he shields now, and no debuff still. It's kind of unlucky for us, but doesn't really matter that much. We only had like 6 counters in or something, so it's right at the mud bomb, but doesn't really matter that much. I'm gonna overfarm by 1. Try to go for the wild charge to get rid of this thing immediately. And I should be able to outspeed into the next wild charge as well. So, good game to my opponent. Well played, but A2 and PORYGON2 is just such a nice score. Swampert lead, it's of course like the worst lead you can have in the face, and he goes straight into Gavenge, like what the hell? Why didn't you stay in there? It was like such a horrible lead for me. I don't know if I would go into my PORYGON2 generally in this scenario if I knew he would switch out there, but I think I would still go to Porygon. Maybe I would throw one move at the Gavenge. Do I shield here? Yeah, I shield here, because now I can realign my Pokemon. I can get my PORYGON2 on this team. Well, this is a team that a lot of pro players right now play, like the top of the leaderboards. It's like Swampert. I think it's also the only loss I had, maybe. It's like Swampert, Gavengela, and Escav. It's like really good team. Really good team. It's like I know 2 of the top 10 player I know playing this team, so it's definitely really strong. I think yeah, that is my first loss with this team now. It's after 8 wins in a row. It was not my only loss, and it's basically a hardcore team to ours anyway. But it's still fine. I have 2 Thunder Punches stored, but like it's definitely not enough to win this. He basically has to no-shield something here, and he just has 2 shields for the SCAF, and that's basically game. But you came to my opponent, and this should be then the last battle, because I only have 2 sets, and basically that's it here. But I played all myself with this team, and this team got me only positive sets, and it was really strong. We have a good lead here, we have a good save swap with Venusaur. Like, I don't really mind giving up a shield here, because an Snow with energy advantage, and his Shadow is just so broken in this league. So even if he goes back into his Gyarados, he has to shield 1 move. I think to let this thing stay alive. Yeah, like look at the damage here. I'm gonna get to another move. Like, Weather Ball is just too broken. I hope they're gonna fix it and make it a bit worse. And he has a Machamp in the back, which is also kind of good for our Raichu, but not as good actually. But we're gonna get to 2 moves anyway here, so we don't really have to care about anything. We can just let this one go and shield either our Porygon or our Bummersnow. Okay, I was close to a move on the Bummersnow, so I'm gonna shield once here. Get to my move, kill this thing, and that's basically game. Thanks all for watching. I hope you also try out this team. it seems really fun. Like, it worked so well for me. Like, I would play it more often now if I don't do like stupid teams like the team you're gonna see tomorrow. I played XL Masquerade and Ultra Prem. Didn't really work out that well, let me tell you that, but it was fun to use. And I hope you all have a nice, great day, and I hope I see you next time.